Welcome to Tim and Joel Call It in the Ring.
Are you giving yourself a round of applause?
Yeah, great. I made it here. It's been a struggle.
I know. After last week, after Sunday was a struggle for you to make it on time, so we ended up moving the show.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Like, it's just a lot going on.
How much do you really have going on? Come on, let's be honest.
Too much. My lighting rig's broken. I got to figure out what's going on with that. I got to record like 4 music videos over the next 2 weeks.
You got that.
Thank you, C3 Church, Christian Cult of Prosperity.
Oh boy!
If you believe that, you're a moron. Stop giving them the tithe. Anyway,
here we are. We've done it. We've made it. Hello, friends. We got another episode here. It's Tim and Joel Pod. It's Wednesday. What's the date? It's the 23rd of February. We missed the 22 Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't care.
You didn't get your.
I'm tired of fancy numbers. I'm tired of fancy. Oh man, it's been a long time since that's been relevant. Yeah, I'm tired of fancy number days. I don't care. It's just another day, y'all. Like,
you know what fancy numbers I like?
What numbers?
I like the numbers that come in the form of super chats,
money numbers.
Chats. The money numbers. So if you go ahead and you go to humperchats.com, it's PayPal service. You can go ahead and donate some of them special dollars, or you can go over to Super Chats, which is the little dollar sign in your YouTube window, and you can donate. You can donate to us there. That's the special numbers Tim likes, and that's the ones that I like. I also like your thumbs up here on this video. I also love it when you guys leave comments and participate in our chat room. That's the best. And subscribe to us here at Fightful Overbooked, where we drop content literally every day. We live here, Tim. We live on this channel.
Yeah, basically. Just never ends. No old ass jokes today. No, strictly talking young ass today.
Yes, if there's one thing I love, it's young ass.
Oh, God, Joel, no.
I'm just going to get myself thrown. I thought the thing that I'm working on now is going to get me thrown off the platform, not this thing that I've been doing for years.
What are you working on now? What is this ominous thing that you're...
Should I drop it? Does the chat want to know what I'm working on?
I'm concerned, so I want to know what you're working on.
I mean, we got a lot to talk about today while chat catches up. Okay, so we'll open up with the AEW. We'll talk about the AEW preview. We'll do that first because there's a few things going on, but I feel like maybe a surprise debut or two. We'll see. Then we'll talk about NXT because NXT last night was hilarious in so many ways, shapes, and forms. Oh my God. And then we'll end with Raw. We'll talk about celebrities in wrestling because I think that's the way to go today. So, the show that I'm working on, Tim. Earlier this week, on Monday, we were treated to the trailer for a new YouTube series on WWE YouTube. You already know it.
Oh my God. So, Corey and Carmella watch us almost have sex.
Yes. So Corey and Carmella have a new show coming to WWE YouTube. I assume because it was so horny that
network
USA Network, it was like, I don't want to do this. We don't want this. So they're doing it on their YouTube. And I can tell you now, it's going to be myself. It's going to be Lily, who hosts Scrappy Hour with me on Mondays, and Josh Robinson, with whom I do So Bad It's Good. The three of us are probably we're debating. We're gonna probably take it to Twitch where we can watch the episodes on stream and then react. And then I'll clip our reaction and our conversation from the Twitch and I'll toss it up on Overbooked. That might be the play, or we're just gonna do it live on Overbooked without watching the show together. We'll see what's going on, but that's what we're looking on. And oh my God, everyone's already losing their minds about this show.
Power trio. That's good. That sounds good. You watch that.
I mean, stuff. You're gonna do Roads to the Top reviews soon anyway.
Yeah, eventually. We'll get there.
It's gonna be my favorite 5 minutes on this channel.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about AEW since we're talking about Roads to the Top. But I mean, I guess Roads to the Top isn't an AEW thing anymore, but who knows? We'll see.
It's more of a non-existent thing now anyway, but
yeah, exactly. So Dynamite tonight is of course live as it always is. This is what they're promoting, and I'm sure there's going to be a little bit more in the next few hours coming out of it. But the top match they're promoting is House of Black, so Malachi Black and Brody King taking on Penta, El Zero Miedo, and Pac. I'm excited for this match. This is going to be a ball buster match. They're going to go ham.
Didn't we already see? Didn't this happen a couple weeks ago?
I feel like something like this has happened before. Chat's gonna be like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, chat, fill me in. My brain is atrophying. I think I don't know what's going on, but didn't we see that match 2 weeks ago?
It feels like it's something we've seen before.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel
Anyway,
okay.
yeah. So I guess Buddy Matthews probably showing up. That's what
God, I
that's.
can't believe AEW's running back matches already. Oh God, they've run out of ideas. Sorry.
I'm fine with it, but yeah, it clearly just seems like the setup for Buddy Matthews to show up. I don't know.
My God, breaking news: Buddy Matthews debuts tonight.
It seems like a weird, uninteresting day to debut. February 23rd on a Wednesday. Like, I mean, I guess so.
It's only Wednesdays. You can pick Fridays, but guess what? Ain't nobody watching on Fridays either.
Because that's party time, yo.
Yeah, that is party time all the time, Adam Rose. So that is House of Black and Penta and Pac. I listen again, excited for that match. And if Bud Matt starts his debut, if he debuts in AEW, sure, I'll watch that. It'll be fun.
Yep. Yeah. Plus he's shredded now.
Hell yeah, brother. I mean, he actually is really shredded. It's kind of cool.
Crazy shredded. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there you go. Chat saying we think we saw this on Rampage. There you go.
Okay.
For the TBS. For the TBS Championship, Jade Cargill defends against the Rabbit. The Bunny. Very excited for that match. I love Jade calling her the Rabbit and Bunny being like, going absolutely apeshit. Good stuff.
Bunny versus Money. It's good.
Bunny Money. Can they be a tag team? Call themselves Money Bunny?
Absolutely not. Please don't do that. I don't know. That sounds awful.
Why does it sound awful? They'd be a fun first of all, where's Penelope Ford?
Confusing. Like, I don't think Jade Cargill needs to be in a tag team while she's holding the belt.
Maybe they need to bring back the women's tag team, whatever the hell it was, the medals tournament.
Oh no.
Bunny needs a redemption story after being paired with Brandy. So Bunny Money, and they win.
Was Bunny with Brandy?
I think Bunny was with Brandy.
No, Brandy had some other partner.
I thought it was Bunny.
I don't think it was Bunny.
I'm pretty sure it was whatever.
Chat, anyway. Tell Jolie's wrong. I'm wrong. It's probably Joel.
pretty sure it was Brandy and the Bunny. But anyway, someone else tell me otherwise. Bunny Money is going to be tonight for the TBS Championship. And Tag Team Battle Royal, the winners advance to the Revolution. Yeah, it was Bunny. Yes, I win. Tag Team Battle Royal. I'm seeing in this graphic, I see FTR, I see Proud and Powerful, I see Red Dragon, I see Trent and Chuck, best friends, I see Butcher and Blade, I see the Ass Boys, I see Private Party, Nick and Matt, the Young Bucks, I see 2.0, and I see Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Who the hell's going to win this match? Knowing that 3 of the top contenders, 4, are in this Battle Royal. Yeah, the Nightmare Sisters. That's what they called them.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
I'm very wrong. I don't know. I don't know who wins. Anyone, really. I'm fine with any one of those teams that are teams to take the titles from. Not that they're not a team, but Jungle Express. Is that what they? Yeah. I don't like
Jurassic Express. I call them Jungle Express, but yes, absolutely.
Because Jungle Boy is the focal point, and I don't know.
Either way, I mean,
they were more charming when Marco Stunt was around, and now it's just like Christian's there, and it's like I don't. This isn't
now they're just taking shots at Christian.
Yeah, it's just not doing anything for me. I don't know what it is. Like, and I love everyone. I love all the pieces in it. It's not doing it for me altogether.
Would it help if there was more dinosaur growling going on?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we got that covered. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it'll come down to FTR, Proud and Powerful, the Young Bucks, and Red Dragon.
It's yeah. I mean, Red Dragon definitely features. Young Bucks definitely feature.
Maybe the Bucks and Red Dragon eliminate each other, and they're just going to have a regular ass match at Revolution instead.
That seems more likely. I wouldn't be surprised if it's FTR back in there, and then they can reset what we had to walk away from when Cash sliced his arm open.
Yeah, FTR Jungle
best
Express.
Of 5.
Sorry, FTR Jurassic Express and who? That's going to be the interesting one.
Oh, but, it's a triple threat tag. I don't know. Yeah, Proud and Powerful. Definitely Proud and Powerful.
But they're doing 2 separate battle royals.
What?
So this one tonight they get in, and then there's going to be another one.
Oh, this was the convoluted stuff everyone was talking about that I just glazed over.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, then Proud and Powerful is the other one.
But no, but it's Proud and Powerful are in this one.
Oh, then they win this one.
Okay, and FTR is out, so they're not going to be on the Revolution card.
No,
all right, got
exactly. You got it.
Sure. Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out tonight. I do think Red Dragon and Young Bucks eliminate each other, or one of the team costs the other, and like that's the final of it. So like Red Dragon eliminates Young Bucks last, or Young Bucks
Yeah.
eliminate Red Dragon
Yeah,
last.
yeah.
I feel like that's going to be something there.
Who the hell is in the other one then? Like,
I guess we'll find out soon
oh
enough.
my God. It's okay.
Violence is Forever will be there for
Good.
those who remember them from MLW and soon to be the Crockett Cup. Probably not the Briscoes. I don't know who's going to be in that thing.
I'll tell you now. I finally looked at who the Briscoes are. Like you've mentioned them many times. People have mentioned them many times. They seem fun, and I wish they were in AEW where I could see them.
Well, you can watch them in Ring of Honor or GCW where they're currently making.
I'm not gonna though. We talked about this.
That's why I do Grappy Hour on Mondays, so I can talk about the stuff you don't want to watch.
Yeah, there's too much to watch.
And finally,
if I could stop watching WWE, then maybe I'd watch those things. But here we are.
Fair. That's fair. I watched The Bump this morning, and let me tell you, pal, not great. It's not.
Yeah, I did watch one episode for you, and it was bad
for me. Wait, was it an episode with Kayla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She hasn't been on the last
remote, like they do it remotely, and it sucks, and everything about it sucks.
She was doing it remote during the pandemic. She would be like in her apartment in Florida with like
she's still
AirPods.
That was still happening. Like
it was nuts. I was like, get her a microphone. It cost like $20 to get her a blue. Anyway, whatever.
Still
finally on the docket tonight for AEW Dynamite, Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho are going to have a face-to-face confrontation. I assume that's going to be a promo where both men yell at each other and complain. And oh my God, this is the most apt description of the bump ever. Ryan Papola is Chris Jericho on Rampage. He just screams at you for hours on end. So Jericho and Kingston are going to have their face-to-face, and I'm sure Jericho's going to scream and make really weird, veiled, old references. And then Eddie Kingston is going to probably be really, really sharp-tongued and call Jericho old.
I hope he calls him old. That's all I care about.
What's the age discrepancy there? Does
not much. Know? I don't think it's like a ton. Like maybe 10 years.
I mean, 10 years is still quite a bit. Eddie Kingston is 40, and Chris Jericho, I'm pretty sure, is 51.
Okay, yeah. So you're both old.
You're both old. Yeah, he's 51, so there's an 11-year discrepancy. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so that's fine. Listen, by the way, chat, it's okay to like the bump. There are weeks where I enjoy the bump because it's just silly.
No, Sam, it's not okay that you like the bump. The bump is bad, and you have a sickness.
Kayla's back next week. Anyway, how about we talk instead about NXT from last night? Because
wait, did we finish Dynamite? Is that it? We wrapped up with Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston look at each other.
Pretty much, because people love them. They Chris Jericho.
Is that even true anymore?
No, I think they like Eddie Kingston though.
Yeah, they do. I like Eddie Kingston, so I get it.
I love it. The chat is roasting Sam, telling him that your age, you're gonna love the bump. Oh man,
I don't think the bump's target audience is young people. All they ever do is bring on old people. So I don't know.
Man,
like,
NXT,
it's young people getting confused while talking to old people. Like
meanwhile, NXT is having a median age of like 60, but they're trying to target that younger demographic. And I don't know what listen, man.
I can tell you right now, my grandfather, rest in peace, would have loved NXT right now.
What happened last night?
It's got real frisky show.
Right off the bat, by the way. So they basically recap Vengeance Day using the same stupid Toxic Attraction in their bikinis promo. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, all right. So we're doing Horny NXT 2.0. And little did I know that was going to be the entire night. But they
to be fair, I did ask for this like pretty explicitly last show where I was like, they can still do like I missed that. Wait, did I do that on the show or was I just talking to you? Ah, hell. Anyway, what I was saying, it's so bad it's good is so good, and it reminds me that wrestling used to be like batshit insane trashy, and I miss that. I don't miss the misogyny associated with it, but if you just get everyone involved and be a little sexy, a little trashy, it's fun. So, they're doing it on NXT, sadly, but they're doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it where no one's watching. But regardless, Braun Breaker comes out. Crowd is into it, and he announces, because he is Mr. NXT, which, you know what, that's fine. They're definitely putting their marbles behind him. He's one of the guys that's carrying that place. What?
Marbles.
I don't know, marbles. You ever play marbles? You put your marbles behind. Anyway,
It's been a long time.
Breaker announces that over WrestleMania weekend, they're going back on tour. NXT is going to have Stand and Deliver live from the American Airlines Arena in Dallas. That show, by the way, is going to start at 11 a.m. in Texas, so noon Eastern.
Screw that.
The only way that I go to a wrestling show before noon or at noon is if there are bottomless mimosas involved, because I am not sitting through anything wrestling related that early in the morning without some sort of drive.
Time's the bump air.
That's different. I'm working.
Okay.
I'm doing stuff for this show, and I'm doing stuff for Overbooked at that time. So for me, it's like, this monitor has the bump. This monitor has literally everything else I'm working on. This is my Twitter and my Discord and everything else. That's where I'm going. How many tickets do they sell for the show for Dallas? I honestly expect them to do a lot of multi-pack tickets.
I was about to say, wouldn't that be included in a package? And I think that would drive most of their ticket sales.
Yeah, they'll probably bundle it up with the Smackdown and I think Raw is also in Dallas. If it's not, they'll definitely they'll try and do some package deal for sure. What's weird is that there's a whole bunch of indie shows around that time. It's not weird.
That's not weird. Isn't that very normal? That's what happens.
That's well. What's weird is running NXT at noon on WrestleMania day one.
Yes,
they don't do that. Yeah, people aren't necessarily going specifically. Oh, this is a good point. NXT's in Dallas, and then Arlington, which is a drive away, is WrestleMania night one. So
Arlington's like a greater Dallas area place.
So we're Canadian. I'm going to look this up on my map.
Yeah,
and
it's next to Fort Worth. What the hell?
Yeah, so this Dallas this is hilarious. This is content right
here.
Oh
yeah, it's great. It's greater Dallas area. Like, it's this huge. Okay.
It's a 30-minute drive, but it's also it's Texas driving, so who knows what that's like.
Got it. So NXT's in like Mississauga.
Yes, for the Canadians who know Toronto, it is exactly like that. It's going to Mississauga instead of going downtown Toronto. Sure. We'll see. I don't think anyone expects a sellout. I don't think anyone expects them to sell, 18,000 seaters for NXT, especially 2.0. No. I think they'll be happy with half of that. I think they'll be happy with 7,000.
They're going to make enough money. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It might not sell out, but I don't know. Getting anything's a sellout at this point. Like, the mainstream is dead, y'all. Like, it's going to be an audience. There'll be enough to make money.
The Brits will love it because it's going to start at like 5 p.m. there. They'll be stoked.
Yeah, and then WrestleMania dawn.
So weird. Yeah, WrestleMania will start at dawn. So there you go. It'll be watch NXT and then take a nap and then go watch WrestleMania later on in the evening. Yeah, but you put NXT in a building that big because that is the building that they already have. They've already booked it out for multiple
exactly
nights.
And you're producing a television show, so a bigger arena to produce a bigger show for TV audience as well. Like, it's not just about the lot. Like, it's barely about the live crowd. You ever been to a WWE show? Like, they don't you're staring at butt half the time. Like,
tell you, man, get your seats near the hard cam and you'll have the best time of your life. It's true though. You are there just to look like you're in a massive room, because guess what? It's TV.
You're set dressing, baby. Big. That's all you are.
That's what it is. It doesn't matter how many people are there, as long as there's enough to make it look big. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
WrestleMania is a different beast for them because they're filling up an entire, not arena, but a stadium. So they really have to get it. And there will be papering involved. There will be free tickets and so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, they're going to say we broke records, and that's their prerogative. That's what they'll do.
I don't think there's any laws about even lying about that. I'm pretty sure they lie about attendance all the time.
Honestly, I don't think it's not necessarily lying about attendance. It's taking all the tickets you've sold and then adding on all of the staff that work.
Yeah, everybody there. Like, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. Like, I don't even think the Jeddah shows are like full.
No,
but they're still getting plenty of money. So
that's what paid shows do. They did, and by the way, like they've done it in Australia as well. It's not just in Saudi Arabia. And I'm sure when they come to the UK in the summer, they probably won't be papered, but it's still a thing. All right, so Breaker makes the announcement about NXT Stand and Deliver, and then Ziggler comes out and he's all like, "Hey, it's gonna be you and me," and Breaker's like, "We'll see. You kick me, I'll kick you. that's how it works, and Canadian tuxedos and all that stuff. The promo was, I didn't really care much.
Oh my God, Dolph Ziggler with a Wilt Chamberlain joke, and it's like, you're a dork, man.
By the way, Wilt Chamberlain, very popular with the 18 to 49 demographic. People
yeah,
really into Wilt
no
Chamberlain.
kidding. Yeah,
I love it. Sorry, I got to bring this up. You get to Powerbomb Machine Gun Kelly in the new 2K game. I'm excited for that. They're going to use that promo for sure.
I'm excited for when it is maybe less than $20, if ever, because they never come down in price and the games aren't good. So no, thank you.
Grayson Waller and LA Knight have a singles match. Sure, it was fine.
It was fine. Yeah, I don't know.
It feels like we're going to run a last man standing match, because after the match, they do a little beatdown segment. And then as Knight's kind of walking to the back, he says last man standing. Now, he either meant that literally because in that segment, he was the last man standing, or he's going to challenge. And that's kind of the foreshadowing there.
The way he stated it made it seem pretty pointed that it was like their attempt at foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting last man standing, especially the fact that we get a later on promo from LA Knight where it's not just like this isn't over. So it's like, oh, okay, well, now we got to add a stipulation.
Thank you, chat, for reminding me. It's LA Knight. Yeah. Thank you. And we're back. What else is going on? Dakota Kai, Wendy Chu as a tag team for the Dusty Cup. Love this. Wendy Chu being like, I submitted the paperwork, and Dakota Kai being like, you did what? Without my consent? And she's like, I spoke to your friend. So apparently Wendy Chu is crazy enough that she gets it. She sees the craziness of Dakota Kai. You don't like this.
It was fine. I don't care. It's like, again, they're justifying just slamming together a bunch of different women into tag teams after the fact.
Oh, this is a good play.
I mean, you know what? I'm sure it hits their actual demographic pretty hard. So
Music of Moonsaults with the super chat that says the Wilt Chamberlain reference will play into all the NXT horniness, or plays into all the NXT horniness. And it's true, because if you know anything about Wilt Chamberlain, go Google him. All sides of him. So anyway,
risky fella.
Yeah. So anyway, I like that at the end of it, Dakota Kai is like talking to herself and just like, she chose us. She chose me. But the third time's a charm, right? And it's like, probably not. They're friends now. They're besties.
Oh my God.
They got the bracket for the Dusty Cup. So don't know if you saw it. I know you love stumpy brackets.
It's so stumpy.
It's 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I put it on Twitter who I think is going to win. I could tell you all, but I'd rather you just go to my Twitter.
Who even cares who the tag team champions are? Like,
well, the tag team champions are just going to sit around in the toxic zone with their belts
and their bras. Seems chill. Seemed like a chill toxic zone.
So anyway, they had Raquel and Cora doing a vignette while they're doing some tree climbing and obstacle courses in the air. And Raquel's like, I'm scared. And Cora Jade is just like, I do this for a living. Get at me, bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got nothing to add.
You help me face my fears.
Oh, the acting was awful.
I mean, everything was awful. Ziplining's awful, man. I hate heights.
I'm trying to do my best to remember. Cora Jade is a 20-year-old girl. What woman? She's a 20-year-old woman.
Yeah, I think she's like 20.
And like her acting's not going to be amazing. She's not a child actor. She's a wrestler. She's learning. So I'm like, I'm going to give this time. I know she's developing, but Raquel Gonzalez, who's been around the horn for a while, shouldn't be talking the way
it's not getting any better. It never has. Like she's just very rigid in her delivery all the time. Like I don't know what it is. She's got to like take a breath.
Very strange.
It's like I don't know. What a strange segment. All while knockoff Paramore blares in the background. Again, not a relevant sound for the demographic they're targeting. But
well, you know, Bailey loves Paramore, so clearly that's all that matters.
Yes, yeah, the voice of the youngest generation, Bailey.
The youngest generation. Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai are in Dusty Cup tag team contest versus Amari Miller and Lash Legend. If you had Lash Legend and Amari Miller as tag team partners, you win, but they lost. So Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai,
they lost quite quickly.
Lost in about less than 3 minutes according to my notes. 2 minutes.
It's a shame. I wanted to see if Lash Legend can wrestle because she is imposing as hell. Seeing her in a ring now is like against like Io Shirai. It's not tall. Like that was pretty good.
Not the best. I do listen. Lash Legend either sold Kaylee Ray hitting a moonsault from the second rope and landing on her knee. Either she sold that really well, or Lash Legend got hurt when that moonsault hit her knees.
Oh, yeah. I did catch that too.
Yeah.
But mostly this segment just served to remind me that they randomly stopped doing the Lash Legend segments.
Yeah,
I was like, oh
I thought about
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I think after the Saray thing, there was the whole talk about how much they had to edit that feature or edit that match. I think when that happened, they kind of pumped the brakes on Lash Legend a bit and started putting her on what is now Level Up.
Yeah.
So regardless, Kaylee Ray, Io Shirai win that match. Sure, why not? They move to Dante Chen and they talk about him with Duke Hudson. First of all, I love how Dante Chen at the end of it was just like, he's well, something about going after someone but then not having a leg to stand on. And I just heard it was in the promo. It was the last few words of the promo were so good that like or so cheesy that I saw in my brain a writer in the back of NXT just being like, "That was me."
Oh, me, baby. That was going in the resume.
That was me, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dante Chen then loses to Duke Hudson
He
in a
sure did.
fast match.
Yeah, I mean, he was kicking, he was kicking butt, and then big boot, crucifix power bomb, and we're done. And I was like, "Aw."
Yep, that was really upsetting because I wanted to see a little bit more out of Dante Chen, which maybe we
No,
will,
man.
but
Nah, man. Duke Hudson's the star.
he is.
They
Remember
always give the people who are going to be stars the crucifix power bomb, right? That's who gets to use that move as a
the
finisher.
Razor's Edge?
Yeah.
What's going to
I
happen
don't
when
know.
Duke goes to the main roster and it's him versus Damian Priest?
Yeah, I don't know.
Damian
It's fine. At least his was good. Like I very enjoyed. Well, I don't know. It's probably Dante Chen more on that side. We'll see how other people take it.
Yeah, it was what it was. I'm sure they'll run this back one more time. Or maybe not. Maybe Dante Chen will move on and that'll be that. Either way, I like Dante Chen. I still like him. He's got a lot of potential in my brain.
Agreed.
Yeah. Mello and Trick have a lot of potential, period, end of sentence. They are already shining. I don't even think it's potential anymore. I think it's undeniable.
No, that promo is solid
about it.
again. Like they're both just really fun. Trick, like adding Trick to Mello once they got over just bombarding us with the slogan, like it's come into its own now, and it's really fun. It's good to see Trick into the ring now. Shout out to once again Cameron Grimes delivering like the best crossbodies because he just brutalized Trick's head with a crossbody, and Trick sold it, looked good, and then great cave-in, like just loving it. Like I don't know. It's a mark of someone who has talent to be able to wrestle Cameron Grimes and take his moves and make him look good because they're great moves. It's just there's so much you have to rely on your dance partner for that, and most people are not great at it, and it's not Cameron's fault. So,
and the only thing I have to add to that is Carmelo Hayes calling Pete Dunne
Skeet done. I was like, oh, okay, just throw that in there.
Just let that go. It's fine. But Trick and Mello are great team. They work well off each other. Trick continues to learn from Mello. Mello continues to hit it with Trick. I love it. I think it's a great pairing, and I think the two of them raise each other up in the right ways. So I'm excited to see how this continues. They've got this whole A champion thing. I think the line where he says the A stands for absolute best was cheesy as hell, but regardless, it was still a fun segment, and it sets up Dunn versus Hayes next. That's going to be a fire match, and maybe we'll see Cameron Grimes get inserted one more time.
Looks like it.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. Because they do Trick Williams versus Cameron Grimes right away. And of course, who gets the win? Cameron Grimes. Good for him.
Great shot, actually. They, when they do put together a good like camera thing, it's good to call out because it's a rarity. But that pinfall with Grimes just like looking over at Mello was pretty good. Pretty solid.
So there's definitely some sort of shifting back towards Grimes and Dunn versus Hayes, and I'm for it. If that becomes, honestly, if they can turn that into some sort of gimmick match for the North American Championship at Stand and Deliver, I'll take that. Yeah, do like a 3-way. What do you do? Like, I don't want to do a ladder match, but like,
it's like, hey, who's the only one still back there producing?
Guys, I got it. I can't do a Shawn Michaels.
It's gonna be the exact same thing as before.
Damn ladder matches.
Yeah, with the cruiserweight, he's just gonna come out and just
the bruiser. Okay. Let's talk about Chase University, and then we'll get to the real main event here.
Okay. Oh my God. I have thoughts on Chase University because, okay, now he's doing the exact same gimmick in which he was supposed to be a heel, but he's clearly a face now. Like they're just like, okay, you're Gordon Ramsay as an educator. That's your shtick.
Gordon Ramsay, the Professor Gordon Ramsay.
That's what he is now, because like you're supposed to be, he's facing Von Wagner, who I think is supposed to be the heel, right? He's set up with Robert Stone. That's like instant heeldom.
Yeah, especially if you wear a suit in WWE, you're a heel.
Bad guy. Yeah.
Take a look at Sonya. She wears the jacket. She's the bad guy.
Jacket bad.
No, that means jacket time are the heels, and we've been wrong all along. We have to start booing jacket time.
Boo! I was already booing jacket time. Yeah. So great segment, very funny. He gets all angry. Throws some stuff around. I think it's a backpack. He kicks a guy out. And then they continue to screw up what his bloody slogans are supposed to be. Because he's got two. He's got the I'm gonna give him an Andre Chase. It's Andre Chase University sized education. And it's like, you can just say, I'm going to give him an Andre Chase University education. You don't need to put the size in there. It doesn't need to be the physical structure of a university. It can just be like the power of your education. But nope. We got to do the Andre Chase University sized education or whatever. Anyway.
Why doesn't he give him like a university sized ass whooping?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's one or the other, but they can't decide. And then the other one is actually pretty good. It's the teachable moment, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But the other one is garbage because it's just like you can just cut out the sized bit because it's done, or like you said, like one or the other. You're doing it wrong, and he can't get it out in one breath, so it's bad.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the main event.
There was a main event.
There were multiple main events, but this and what followed were the most talked about.
So this is the actual main event, but not the scheduled main event.
Nikita Lyons makes
the actual main event.
She faces Kayla Inlay. It's a quick match. It's actually a pretty for NXT standard. It's a 4-minute match. It's a pretty standard match. First of all, we knew if you know Nikita Lyons, if you knew Faithy J as a wrestler from Women of Wrestling, from WoW Women of Wrestling, you knew she could work. You knew that she knows how to wrestle.
Her strike's very good. Surprise.
She's a competent wrestler. That's not the problem. The problem is the gimmicks and the words she's been having to say.
The talking is the problem. I can tell that immediately.
But I'll tell you what wasn't a problem. The way people felt about what she was wearing and how she was moving.
It ain't the look. The look is very, it's like Tekken and what's that other one? Dead or Alive. Very played a lot of particular fighting games.
A very special look for Nikita Lyons. Twitter was ablaze. That's all I can say. Twitter was absolutely all. And I want to pull up the photo, but of course, right now everything's running slow for Twitter, so I can't. Go just search Nikita Lyons on Twitter.
We've all seen the photo.
You've all seen the photo. It puts that Sasha Banks Royal Rumble splits photo to shame.
Absolute shame. Destroyed it.
People really went nuts with that, man. God damn. She won the match though, so clearly they have something for her.
Well earned.
And then they go to the back, and Duke Hudson is with Persia Pirotta, and Persia congratulates Duke. And then Duke grabs her, and like they suck face. Yeah. They went from like that from Nikita Lyons, and then they gave you the climax.
Everybody was fired up. I get it.
It's no longer it wasn't high school. It was summer vacation at that point. I don't know what's happening. It's gonna be the most awkward swingers event when Indy and Dexter get into it. By the way, shout out to Dexter Loomis, who had the best look on his face when he just looked fully dejected. Just like, oh, that was perfect.
Okay. It was almost perfect. All the acting stuff, pretty good. Love that.
So silly.
The script wasn't great and the timing was weird because like, what did Dexter Loomis hear and think of that? Because it's like Indy says it's not what it looks like, but what did it look like? It looked like nothing. It looked like they were exes, which is like, okay, I get some nerds are like really put off by the thought that their partners have a life before they existed. Like, I don't really understand what the concern was there. It didn't look like they had just kissed, which is what it was made out to be, because it didn't look like that. And like, when did he come in was like ew or disgusting. Like,
I assume Indy came in with Dexter.
yeah, so like he was there. Like, is the revelation that she dated a guy?
Yeah, and they at one point
that's devastating to him
passionate-
for some reason.
they made passionate love. Maybe Dexter was a virgin before all this started.
That would not be surprising, actually.
And now Dexter, who doesn't understand that people sometimes mate before marriage, maybe that opened his eyes, and maybe he felt a little dejected because Indy wasn't saving himself or saving herself for him specifically.
Maybe Dexter's into Duke too.
Maybe if this becomes a bi storyline, I will applaud NXT.
It's not gonna be.
If this becomes a Dexter Loomis and Duke Hudson,
considering this is the same show that made a gay joke, like, I don't.
Maybe this is the start of something new, Tim. Maybe this is the moment where they change pace and they decide that Duke and Dexter get married, and it's not, and they do the wedding for real. Like, they don't even, that no one interrupts it. People are all excited for it. This is it.
No Billy and whoever that other guy was.
No Billy and Chuck. Just
Chuck,
Duke, the Duke and Dexter Express.
Oh, it's Chuck Palumbo. I remember Chuck Palumbo.
Yeah. Good guy, Chuck Palumbo. It's going to be weird, man. There's going to be a weird orgy at the end of all of this because you've got Dexter Loomis, you've got Duke Hudson, you've got Indy and Persia, you've got Briggs and Jensen, you got Caden and Casey. They all,
sounds fun.
It
Good
does.
looking group.
Good for them. I'm glad that I hope they safe. I hope they safe. We'll get to the whole Briggs and Jensen thing in a minute. Creed brothers celebrate their Dusty Cup victory. They call out Imperium. Malcolm Bivens calling Gunner was hilarious. Loved it. And then of course he gets his little meme in because it's Malcolm. And that's after Gunter is about to take out Malcolm Bivens, beat the crap out of him. Out comes Solo Sikoa. And Solo Sikoa gets around in on Walter. I feel bad because there was bad pacing in that. Walter was supposed to kind of swing back and know that his partner was there, Solo Sikoa, and Sikoa wasn't there, so Sikoa had to like replace himself in the right place to take that arm. But yeah, other than that, good segment, fun segment. Gunter and Solo is going to be a lot of fun next week on NXT.
Oh yeah,
very excited for that. And then of course, like I've been telling you all, it's the American Wrestle Boys in the Creed brothers taking on Imperium at Stand and Deliver, I assume, where the Creed brothers win the tag titles. Yeah, you got to lift your hand up a little bit further. Get the meme.
It was not in the frame. Whatever.
People were asking me Sunday at 2:30 in the morning where I was, because apparently WWE has footage of you and I approaching our friend Draco Anthony in the Performance Center. I'm sorry, we're just going to beat the shit out of him, and Anthony faces Harlan next week.
How will I get disqualified this time?
I assume you just beat him down so bad that they have to disqualify you. Yeah, exactly. There's this kept going. Niall and Paxley. So you were asking me who Tatum Paxley is.
Yeah.
They formed on socials and then had a match on Level Up this past week. Niall and Paxley lose their opening contest in the Dusty Cup to Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro, to the surprise of several.
Not me.
I think, really, I was because of the rise of Diamond Mine. I think people were expecting these two to go far.
I expect them to see Ivy Nile as a singles competitor, and Casey and Caden are thoroughly established as a tag team. So
that's fair. I agree.
That's why they lost.
And also, there was no reason to do Niall and Paxley winning that Dusty Cup, knowing that Toxic Attraction are the current champions. It would be
and then Ivy Nile, like, they have to Roderick Strong has to stop her from murdering her tag team partner. So like it's
Good
all up.
times.
It was all about Ivy Nile. That's all this was.
Yeah. So that's fine with me. And then yeah, let's just move forward. Ziggler and Ciampa. Actually, no. Before let's talk about the Briggs and Jensen thing because that was
The
weird
video
and
dating.
funny in the end. Because I
Yeah.
was saying the video dating, I was like, oh, nothing gets your young 18 to 29 demographic quite like video dating services from the 90s. Tra-la-la-la-la. And then we found out that it was just one of them playing a joke on the
It's a
other.
rib. It's a very funny rib.
It was actually a good rib. I liked it.
Me too.
Good enough. Fallon, was it Fallon Henley, who's the former Tessa Price? She is the bartender. She is, I think she's going to end up being one of their love interests instead. It's going to be a whole love triangle thing where he's in love with Caden. Caden doesn't love him, but then Fallon loves whichever one it is, Briggs or Jensen, probably both. And then it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a big love triangle. Poor Fallon. She's going to get her heart broken.
Oh, well.
Maybe she winds up with Dexter Lumis.
There you go.
They can be heartbroken together.
Weird.
Listen, man, everything I think of is weird, but for some reason, WWE keeps doing it.
Because they weird.
Ciampa and Ziggler is the main event. Fun main event. It's fine. Nothing too super duper. It's a Ziggler match. The match goes 15 minutes. That's pretty big for NXT. And at the end of the day, Ziggler's probably going to get a NXT championship match. I don't know. Would you have Dolph Ziggler main event a takeover? Not a takeover, but an NXT WrestleMania weekend show?
It doesn't seem like the right call, but maybe that's how they see NXT now.
Maybe they just think that it, just like back in the old days, that's going to sell the tickets. People are going to want to see that young upstart superstar Dolph Ziggler in an NXT ring. You don't know? No?
I think that's what, I don't know. That seems to be where they're going. I don't know. Like how else? I don't know. Maybe they do the rubber match. Maybe it is Ciampa versus Breaker, even though that seems to be pushing towards, I don't know. Ciampa being on main is making things confusing.
So they're teasing after the match. So we saw Bobby Roode get involved, and Roode, as a cameraman who's all dressed up and covered up, takes out he takes out Ciampa. Thank you. I got confused as to who was in this stupid match. Takes out Ciampa wearing all the stuff. And then Braun Breaker comes out and says, hey, why don't the four of us have a match when you get your balls in? And they didn't announce it for NXT. I wouldn't mind them running that tag match on Raw instead.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start to expose. Because I mean, that could help make up for some of their foibles with moving people up, is that the main roster people, the more casual folks, aren't as exposed to the NXT guys. So like having someone like Braun Breaker show up and be dominant and then maybe put him back and then, just back down to NXT for a while and then just slowly remind people they exist, that might help bring with the transition a bit more.
Yeah, and I think that's the way to go. You remind them that they exist. You be like, hey, this is our champion. They used to do that on Raw a bunch.
Yeah,
they would just bring out NXT stars and have matches or do whatever. And if this is a little thing, that's fine. And if Breaker gets the win over Bobby Roode in the tag match, then you're still preserving Ciampa and Ziggler and Breaker and Ziggler and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's like you put them with the low card guys rather than do what they did with the Jeff Hardy carrying cross thing.
Oh, that was so good.
Good
times. Yeah, that was the best of times. Speaking of the best of times, you can donate to us your super chats. That's the $ in the chat window, or you can go to humperchats.com. You can donate a Humper Chat. It's a PayPal service. It supports us. It gives you a little bit more love. We read your comment, your question on the air, and we love you for it. We appreciate it. We also appreciate your thumbs up on this video. We appreciate it when you leave a comment and you subscribe to us here at Fightful Overbooked, where we are dropping content literally every day, sometimes twice a day. We do a lot of stuff here. Like, we live on this channel.
So much.
Do you want to talk about Raw?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Raw. We don't have to go through everything because really the main things here were Lesnar coming out as Cowboy Lesnar.
In a sweater.
He was coming from the cold. I get it.
Where were they? Cold.
They were in South Carolina.
Isn't it hot?
I think because it's South, people assume it's hot, but I don't know. Maybe
it's like normal.
It's cold.
It's like in the middle. It's in the middle somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Texas was cold today, and they're in the South. It was like 20 something.
Okay. Yeah.
Global warming is a thing, Tim.
Oh yeah, I saw the manatees in that Florida on Reddit. Anyway.
Yeah, you get it. So the real cowboy shiz is Brock Lesnar. I think we can
Oh,
officially say that now. It's no
I
longer
don't
cowboy shit Adam Page. I think now it's Brock. Maybe that's the winner take all match. Brock versus Cowboy Adam Page. No, we're not doing this.
know.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm not giving you this. This is a bad bit.
I'm full of those. Lesnar and Heyman have a little bit of back and forth.
Actually,
It was
not very good in my opinion. I was
okay.
surprised.
Tell me why. Why did you not like it?
I thought Heyman stumbled a little, which is rare for him. It just didn't have that flow. It was all about the Garden, and it was like, I don't give a crap. Does anyone even care about Madison Square Garden like as much as they used to?
So the
Like,
Garden
it doesn't
Show,
seem as like, you know.
the Garden Show is a house show. It's next week, and really the only reason they're doing it is because the ticket sales are not great. So they're
Oh
trying
my.
to put a little bit more oomph into getting
So
the
we're
Garden Show.
talking about a house show on TV. Okay, so no wonder this felt weird. Like,
It's kind of old school. It's kind of an old school thing
yeah,
to do. Running, it's a very 70s 80s promo on TV just to get you
it
to the
felt
arena to
that way.
watch a
It
show.
felt that way too. Like it really did.
And on top of that, you had Paul Heyman being like, "Oh, it's going to be Bobby Lashley if Bobby Lashley can make it." But if you're in the know, you know Bobby Lashley's injured and can't.
And that was the confusing bit, whereas like you've given him something that's like not workable. He's like, if he passes concussion protocol, then you wait and see. Like it's like this does not build anticipation.
Get
That
ready
match
for
isn't gonna
Cody
happen.
Rhodes in the Garden.
Oh my god, dark
No,
match.
probably not. If Cody Rhodes shows up and debuts in the arena in the Garden on a house show, I think I will scream. I will lose myself for a minute. Ridiculousness. But I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's just going to be the Usos. It'll be a 2-on-1 match or something like that.
Yeah.
Easy as that. What else was on this show that really, other than the Miz stuff, and we'll talk about that because it ties into our main conversation.
Edge's promo, I think. Like
Edge's promo is good. He's calling out a whole bunch of people. Some people are saying AJ Styles, of
it's
course.
AJ Styles. That's who it's gonna be.
They're trying to move us a little bit to the Damian Priest side of things because he said live forever.
I know. I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I would rather see Damian Priest step up to Edge before Mania and just be like, hey, how about you and me if you've already picked your guy? How about
I mean, he did do the look, I want a championship, so maybe he beats Balor and that's it. And then he goes to Edge. But then
he'll beat Balor.
Yeah, I know he's beating Balor because that's what Balor's for, is to get beat. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just that seems like an odd wrestle. Like it's once again just WrestleMania. The build is like not that interesting. Like we're 5 weeks out, and they don't know how to do that. But it's also like not a regular pay-per-view. Like for example, the only feud that I think they have the stuff to like make into something good, or I guess there's two of them. The Roman Brock stuff because they've been working on that for months, and like the Becky Bianca stuff because they have the SummerSlam thing to fall back on. And that's it. Like everything else will not feel like WrestleMania right now. Like the Miz Logan Paul stuff, like they've been building it for 2-3 weeks, but like really not really. Like I don't know what they're going to do to get that. I don't know. WrestleMania hasn't been exciting for a long time to me.
Well, we'll talk about why when we get to the celebrity talk. Balor making his return to WWE programming after being off for a little bit. Him and Ciampa have a good match, and of course we get the win for Ciampa and Balor. Good. I mean, I'm happy to watch that, and I'm even happier to watch Balor later on in the night talking about Damian Priest coming out and challenging Damian Priest for the U.S. Championship. Again, it'll probably end with Balor losing, but imagine if it doesn't. Imagine if Balor wins the U.S. Championship and we go to the races with Priest and someone else. Who could it be, though?
This is again, it's just what I hate about like you have to drop the title to move up, and it's just like
It shouldn't be that way.
I agree. Pretty rough. Like it just gets very weird.
Yeah, it doesn't really work. I really wish that Priest and Benjamin, by the way, had more than 3 minutes because those two can go, and they did not give them nearly enough time.
No, I know. It was again just to like it was to fire up Damian Priest at the expense of someone they see as like a complete jobber right now in Shelton Benjamin. Yeah. Like the fact that they're still the Hurt Business is really telling. They have nothing for those two except to take pins.
Let's talk about Reggie.
Why?
We got to talk about Reggie. First of all, this segment was funny.
Content. Disagree. I'm bored. I don't care.
I mean, the best part was probably when Dana is on top of him and you see her extensions like very, very clearly. And I felt so bad for the woman. And there was all that makeup and all that. It was not a good segment, but it was funny for those who were like looking for something stupid.
Yeah, and it had that in spades, man.
Yeah. I see in the chat, do a rematch at Mania with Damien versus the Demon. There you go. That could work.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised by something like that. Like they're gonna
I wouldn't mind it.
whoever is holding the US title is gonna have a match. So they're just trying to figure that out right now, it feels like.
As long as it's longer than 5 minutes, I'll take it. That would be fine with me.
Agreed.
Main event, they did Rollins and Owens versus RK Bro. Again, good match. We saw it 2 weeks ago, and the difference here is that now Rollins and Owens.
Stakes.
Yeah, now Rollins and Owens are in a triple threat for a Raw Tag Team title match.
You know what this is?
What is it?
This is because they don't know what's happening with Austin yet. That's what I think
you're right.
this is. I think this is them keeping their options open.
Mhm.
If they can't lock down Austin for a match, then I fully expect Seth and KO to take those tag team titles in that triple threat. Go to Mania with them, where they will face RK Bro, and RK Bro will win, likely as a result of interference from Austin.
Remember months ago when we were talking about this match happening?
Yep.
And I'd love to see it, and I still would. If they
Same.
do it, that's great. And if they have Austin come in after or whatever it is, that would be fine with me.
Yeah.
We don't need Cody. Please.
It's not Cody has nothing to do with this feud.
Well, the thing is, if you do, that's the thing. So if Austin comes in and they're doing Austin, then Cody versus either Seth or Randy Orton.
Yes.
Or you split up RK Bro
now
and you do RK Bro explodes and you do like that again. So
I think it would end up being Seth and Cody and they do RK Bro explodes. Like if they do lock down Austin, but Austin's the one who decides what happens next. Like
and that's the funny thing is that there's two major variables at play that are causing havoc in this triple threat.
It's annoying and it makes the content worse because they're just trying to get that celebrity rub, like that nostalgia rub, and it causes problems because it means very short-term booking rather than long-term stuff, and it's just annoying.
Which is ironic because Austin came in, Austin left because him and Brock was the match that they tried to put on Raw with no build, and he was like, "No, forget this." That's why he took his ball and went home, quote unquote. And so for them to do this again and him be like, "Oh, hell yeah, give me the money. I'll do it all day." Then what are we doing here 50 years later? 19 years later. You know what I mean?
May as well be. Yeah, I don't know.
Bianca and Doudrop happened again. The match was great. I'm done seeing Bianca and Doudrop. I don't need to see like Belair doing, all the feats of strength just to get herself over. We know she's strong. We know she's over. Please do me something else. Yeah. So regardless, we see Belair get the win, and as expected, the promo before between Becky and Bianca was fine. I just I don't have much to add to it. It was just there.
Yeah, it was fine. I think Bianca's like killing it in terms of the promo game. Like her on her own was really, really strong. But
let's talk about the main event, the real main event. Just like NXT was Nikita Lyons, our real main event is for some reason it's Miz TV. Who would have ever thought that Miz TV would be a main event?
I don't know. It didn't feel like a main event to me, but it's what
really
people are talking about. Which is like, I don't even know why people are that like a buzz about it. It's not surprising or all that interesting.
Honestly, I think the only reason that it was like that is because of all the teases to Cody. And if you didn't know, then you got a little excited.
Yeah, which is like, I also am not an idiot, so I didn't think that they mattered at all. Like, did you like? I didn't watch Raw at all live. I went because there's no way in hell that Cody was showing up for Miz. Like, that's not where they're gonna shove him.
I'm telling you, man, they're gonna debut him at the stupid Miami Smackdown going into Revolution.
I think you're a lot more correct on that than like he wasn't going to show up to partner with Miz. He didn't leave AEW to be Miz's partner.
Could you imagine though how that'd be the best? He'd be like, I needed to get out of my old job because I needed to help my old pal the Miz.
I just wanted to lick as much boot as possible on my way in.
Well, no, because Cody fancies himself an A-lister. Miz fancies himself an A-lister.
Yeah, so maybe show up in the first hour of Raw. If
Cody is pals with the Miz on screen, then Miz can lobby for Roads to the Top to be picked up by USA Network. They're the Hollywood superstars, The Miz and Cody Rhodes.
My God.
Maybe not. So Miss TV happens, and of course, the whole idea here is they're going to bring someone in who has, oh God, what was the stupid line that they used? I'm sorry, I'm forgetting.
They were dashing.
Dashing, thank you.
They're from a fighting family.
Fighting
was
family.
one of them.
Yep.
Those are the only two I really remember.
And then out comes Logan Paul, which we all knew it was going to be Logan Paul.
Because that's the thing, like it was obvious to me. It was very obvious to me. Like,
so people were booing. Logan Paul did his job. Honestly, Logan Paul looked great in this segment. Except
he got really gassed really fast, and I was like, your cardio can't be that bad. Like he was like deep breathing very early into just after they shoved Mysterio into the post. I was like, really?
People are asking me who does Cody face on SmackDown. He doesn't. He just shows up on SmackDown and says, "I'm here and I'm a free agent." Yeah. It's just his first promo will be on SmackDown because that is a huge number of people watching versus who would be watching on Raw. So he would basically be a bridge to be like, I'm going to be on Raw Monday night. So
I forgot we have a brand split. Maybe that's what.
Well, that's why they're asking.
Here. Yeah, like,
but no one cares about the brand split right now, especially.
Yeah, so like I don't know whoever you want. He can go over. He can beat Big E. There you go. That'll make Vince McMahon happy. Did you see Big E's bio? It feels weirdly dark on Twitter. It's like, why did this happen to me? Like
he's playing up being very upset. We'll see what happens. Maybe he's going to turn. Maybe we're going to see Big Healy. Anyway, so Logan Paul comes out, does a thing, and he gives Dominic a skull-crushing finale. I'm sure people have already told him, but Logan Paul, if you're watching, you don't do the full Nelson when you do the move.
I love how he watched how it's done like immediately before, and then was like, me next, I can do it, and then he does it. I think if anything, Dominic. He improved on the Miz's maneuver. Just saying, more effective offense. That is.
He almost killed the boy.
It's a combat sport. Isn't that the goal?
He's trying to make it real by causing him to have a concussion. He spikes Dominic, and I felt awful for Dominic.
Maybe it'll knock something loose, and he'll be able to cut a promo now.
Yeah, it was so weird. So Logan Paul's here.
What was that? So no. It was like blah 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 nepotism, and the Dominic is just like, yeah. Nepotism. Hell yeah, nepotism. Like,
so people are just like, hey, why is Logan Paul here? What the hell? This is garbage. And like, I get it. Logan Paul has a stupidly large following outside of wrestling. He's just a poisonous
sack of crap. Welcome to most celebrity in 2022. Kanye West just wasted like 8 hours last night and brought out Marilyn Manson. Like, what? Most of the people who are getting all the clicks are poison. Like,
yeah.
You elected President Trump in the US. You like garbage.
Well, we're not going to go there because we're the Canadians. We couldn't vote. Regardless, there have been celebrities who have come in and worked Mania because that's what Mania is. It is
always been that way. This is not new. Again, see Trump.
some notable names like Kim Kardashian talking about yay. Like Kim Kardashian came in. And she worked a Mania.
Pete Davidson never been in Mania? He seems like he'd be in a Mania. Throw Pete Davidson in there this year.
Pete Davidson would have been great, but instead they had Michael Che.
The other one. Taylor Swift's husband or Bang
I don't think it's Taylor Swift's husband.
He's Taylor Swift something, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Who is Taylor Swift stuffing? Let me see.
Well, I don't know about that one.
No, it's Joe Alwyn. I don't know who this man is.
No, it's Michael Che and his partner from the show. From
the other one.
Weekend Update.
I know who it is. I can't remember his name. Someone tell us his name.
Chat's gonna get it.
Colin Jost.
Colin Jost. ScarJo's husband. That's right. It's Scarlett Johansson.
That's it. I knew it was someone.
And they came in and had a mediocre feud.
It was pretty mediocre.
And, with the Braun Strowman, and it all culminated to the armbar, and that was fine. Stuff like that is great. It's adding some stars to the card. It's not even about selling tickets, just getting eyes and getting extra publicity from places that normally wouldn't talk about wrestling. David Arquette won the world championship in WCW. They hoped that would give them publicity, and in some cases it did. It also gave them the wrong publicity at the time, but he still brought in publicity.
Yeah, like I don't know why people are upset about it, because this has been the course forever. Like, I don't know.
Stephen Amell. Maybe it's going to be Stephen Amell and Cody. Maybe that's the match.
Who's Stephen Amell?
Arrow.
What is Arrow?
It was a show that did pretty okay.
Oh, ew, no. Oh, he's in heels. There you go. So there's already a connection there.
Yeah, they were pals.
Oh,
Best
I missed
even.
it.
But Amell doesn't really want to do. Yeah, Amell was fine. Alice Cooper is another one, but these are like musicians, or Alice Cooper did like announcing. I'm talking people who got in the ring and did some stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jay Leno and WCW. Mickey Rourke. Remember Mickey Rourke coming in and working with Chris Jericho because of the wrestler?
I didn't know that, but that makes sense.
There was a whole thing where Jericho was running down all the legends like Piper and all them, and then Mickey Rourke stood up for him because Mickey Rourke and the wrestler is an old man legendary wrestler. It works. Sometimes it works.
Yeah,
Jon Stewart.
Regardless, people talk about the bar in general in this. It's pro wrestling. It is literally the lowest thing in all of like English media. Like,
all of pop
I don't
culture.
know what to tell you, but this is no respect. Like, this is trash TV at its lowest. Reality TV is more respected and widely consumed. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm a fan of wrestling. I'm enjoying it, but like, you can't talk about anybody else's taste. Like,
right.
Wrestling is the dumbest thing on television.
Yeah, wrestling is dumb. Wrestling is dumb, and to take it seriously is, to me, not the way to live.
An affliction, if you will. Like, yeah, I don't like. I mean, I don't like Logan Paul, but like, that's kind of the point, isn't it? Like,
yes.
And the thing is, like, he does. Lots of people do. Lots of people do like Logan Paul. I don't.
Yeah. And his 22 million followers are probably going to see him train and be like, what the hell is he doing? Is this his next boxing match? And then they find out it's WrestleMania and they'll be like, oh, this could be fun. I remember The Rock. Oh, I remember Stone Cold Steve Austin's wrestling on this card. I'll watch that. There's a thing here. There is some synergy involved.
Yeah.
By the way,
about bringing in outside audiences, because again, it's not like, it could be wider in terms of appeal. So they're just trying to be as everyone's bringing up like the fact that Logan Paul is a piece of crap. Yeah. Again, most celebrities appear to be awful people who have done monstrous things. Maybe stop worshiping celebrities. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. Like, that's how we get here.
Like, you like 50%, at least 50% of all wrestlers have done something monstrous, it seems. Like, you throw a rock at it and everyone's a sack of crap. The Undertaker's a sack of crap. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Most of your idols are not good people.
And I guarantee you, just bringing up, the time that he went through a force in Japan, like, guess what? We all know, because he has millions of followers.
It was unavoidable to hear that crap. Like,
we know this exists. We know that this is a thing. It's also been long enough that the statute has almost run out on this.
Yeah, you're drawing a silly line, is all I'm saying. Is like, yeah, oh, he did a bad thing? Guess who else did a bad thing? Half the WWE roster. Like,
everyone you know sucks. Here we are. Wrestling.
Sorry. It sucks. Like, it is very frustrating. As a viewer myself, it is frustrating. But it's just like, I don't know, man. That is that's as bad as a lot of what the WWE roster has done.
And you know what? Let's put a nice little bow in this. By the way, thank you for the super chat, Ricardo.
Hopefully he still feels that way when he gets here.
I hope you love us next time you're here with us, which will be on Sunday at noon. My favorite celebrity wrestling crossover, Tim, Ben Stiller.
I didn't even know he was on. When was Ben Stiller there?
1999 on an episode of Raw, when Ben Stiller was there to promote Mystery Men. He had a run-in with Jeff Jarrett. Go back in your time machine. Go back in your Peacock, your network. Go search it on the YouTubes. Ben Stiller, Jeff Jarrett, they had a run-in. Let's get out of here. We're over time. Tim, where can the people find you on the internet?
Or they can find me at TimStonePTINBSTONEP on Twitter.
RoboCop. It's Tim and Joel calling the ring on Fightful Overbooked. Go to FightfulOverbooked.com and subscribe to the channel here at YouTube.com/FightfulOverbooked. If you're in the audio realm, go ahead and toss us a 5-star review. We drop all of our content in audio form, and we also do it on video form. So you can go ahead, toss us that review. It'll get us a little bit closer to your friends and getting into the years of more wrestling fans. Let's do a lot more of that. I am at Joel Pearl, JoelPearl. A little programming note. Apparently, I'm going to be on Matt Men podcast tomorrow because Rich Dambolian couldn't make it. So they got the guy who looks like Rich to do it instead. So tune in over on the Matt Men podcast YouTube channel tomorrow. That's Thursday in the morning.
They're going to jump you. You're going to get your ass beat.
No, they're going to have to cross the border first. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you on Sunday for the next episode. We'll talk about the rest of the world.